What's poppin', YouTube? We're back yet with another one. With special, but we have two special guests today. One is Joe. Joe, say hi.
What's up?
He's a little camera shy, I guess. Okay, let's jump right into it. And we have a special singer on the show today. And I'm not gonna tell you who that is until we get to that point. So, if you want to see who it is, stay tuned. Alright, let's jump right into it. The Delaware Memorial Bridge reopens after chemical leak. I did not hear about that, did you?
No, I didn't.
No?
Wow. First I'm hearing of it since you brought it up.
Yeah, it's crazy. Cigarette thing. And Cyber Monday, guys. Cyber Monday is today. Make sure you go out and get these deals. I don't personally do it, but it sounds cool, I guess.
Buy your crap. Buy your shit, yo.
Alright.
Make them money.
Blizzard conditions, blast through the Midwest. 50 migrants who crossed the U.S. border got arrested, and
What?
Trump is doing a catch and no release. So I guess they're stuck in the U.S. And the NASA Mars lander reaches Mars. So, but if you believe in a flat Earth, there's no Mars, and they just set this thing up and blew it up, I guess.
Hey man, I believe in it.
Come on, I'm about to do you.
Man.
Come on, I'm done.
He's about to do you, Joe.
Yeah. Alright, now Joe, you're on the show because of your experiences with the Ouija board.
Yes.
And guys, this is very serious crap. It really is. I mean, I love stuff like paranormal and stuff like that. But he was telling me the other night about this experience he had with the Ouija board. And he won't even look at a Ouija board, not on an app, not on nothing. Like, he's, you know what I mean? And he's one of the people, he's almost kind of like a demonologist in training. You know what I mean? He's big on the demons and wants to know more about them. He's a good guy, though. Really good guy. But that's what intrigues him. So, tell us your experience. How old were you?
I was about 15 when it happened, first happened. Okay, so I was about 15 when this first happened. I was, where was I living? I was living in Cedar Hill at the time, which is in Maryland. And so me and my friends got the bright idea to play the Ouija board, and
It wasn't very smart, was it?
no, it wasn't really smart, you know. Being yes, I'm into this whole demonology thing. To be honest, I really don't remember too much from it, but all I remember is I got the house that I lived in haunted, and it was just a weird experience.
Now, you say haunted. What happened?
Well, I managed to get the house possessed with demons.
Like, what happened in the house that would make you say it got haunted?
Well, the lights were flickering. There was like power outages and
Power outages. Wow.
yeah.
I believe you 100%.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's just crazy. You know, it doesn't mean I'm like scared of it. It's just like a weird experience. I kept seeing like my parents and stuff like that, and it's just weird.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You kept seeing your mom?
Yeah.
Through the planchette?
What?
How did you see her? Like, because I heard...
I did. I seen visions of her, but it wasn't like her normal looking self. She was all like, she kind of resembled a demon a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
He was very close to his mom. It's a very sensitive topic. Just like my brother is a very sensitive topic. So I can imagine that would have been pretty hard.
It was just weird.
So was that what made you draw the line for the Ouija board?
Yeah.
Because of your mom?
That just made me draw the line and made me not want to do it. Other than that, I mean, I have no problems. It's just that. It still causes me to have nightmares and stuff like that from it. So.
From the Ouija board?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So once you play that Ouija board, it haunted you. It has not left you yet.
No. Man.
How do you know it's just a Ouija board, though?
Well, I don't know for certain, but I got a good speculation that it could
It's a
be
good gut feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I believe you, man. That's wild. So what would you recommend to these people that, especially YouTube is making it big, Ouija boards and stuff like that? I mean, a lot of people want to know, is this stuff real?
Well, for all you guys out there on YouTube who are curious, I'd say heed caution. Make sure you do your research on Ouija boards, what can happen, what you can do, what you shouldn't. Just take precaution.
The rules.
Just make sure you follow the rules. Don't dive in it too deep. That's what happened to me, and whatever. But do your research and make sure you have somebody that has a lot of knowledge of that stuff on hand. And
just in case you have to get rid of the demons that you invited in.
Yeah.
Because what they say is a Ouija board like this. It's a portal. You have earth on top and you have hell on the bottom. And the Ouija board, especially when the demon starts doing a figure 8, it means it's trying to come through the board. And apparently it came through somehow.
Yeah.
And now it resides in that house still.
Yeah, it still resides in the house.
Now, was there door closes or anything like that? Anything crazy like you see on the movies?
Like I said, I blocked a lot of it out, so I don't remember much of it.
Understandable.
So yeah, that's why I don't mess with that too much anymore.
So I'm actually eager to use a Ouija board, but I don't want to use a Ouija board in the house. Would it be better if I took the Ouija board outside?
Yeah, do it outside, doing it, because no matter what you no matter where you go, the area is gonna become haunted. It doesn't, being if you're in a house,
So this Ouija board's no joke.
Yeah, Ouija boards are real. They started out as a joke, but there's been documented cases and very weird paranormal stuff happening.
Yeah, I've had my experience with demons and a lot of dreams. In these dreams, have you ever seen a demon? The one time I was doing some stuff I wasn't supposed to do. It was really bad, and I had this dream where this demon, he had his hands and his legs up in the corner of the house, above my bed, and it was just a black figure, and he was just sitting there staring at me. And I swear, man, it felt so real. Even when I woke up, I had these dreams, like he said, I blocked a lot of this out. I guess he don't want to be in the camera. Blocked it out. This stuff's no joke, man. I'm eager to play the Ouija board, but I'm not going to sit there and invite demons into the house, because it's not just my house. And after hearing his story, kind of makes you second guess it. You know what I mean? Curiosity kills the cat. But guys, don't mess with the Ouija board, period. Point blank. Let people on YouTube do it for you. It is real, and it's not going to be real necessarily the first time you play it. It might not even work the first time you play it. Never play by yourself. Always make sure somebody's there. Usually 3 people. 2 to the board, and 1 to overwatch what's going on, and make sure everything's okay. And a priest. For real. But yeah, let's get our second guest on here. She is from Maryland. She does her own music, her own songs, her own guitar, and you guys seen her on here before. And here we go, Jess Anderson.
Slipped on a rock, now I stumbled, broke your heart. I'm sorry. Filled with doubt, I went out, tried to find the love I'd already found, but you never faded, you just waited. Though everyone was telling you you were crazy, and we're still together, making it work. Come whatever, 'cause we know what it's worth. It's so priceless. Forget diamonds, forget cars and new clothes, platinum and gold, shoes and guitars, drinks at the bar. Being with you is worth more than that by far. I'm only down to nothing when I can't hold you in my arms. It's so priceless. It's timeless. A love that's forever, that can't be defined. It's the riches of heaven on earth, and it's mine. It's so priceless. It's so priceless. Thank you.
Alright, that was Josh Anderson. What do you think? I think it's a really good song.
I think it was great.
It's awesome. Alright, now,
Wunderbar.
now what we're going to do, I have one more question for Joe, and then I'm going to have Jessica on here and tell her experience with, you know, demons, devil, ghosts, whatever you want to say, paranormal. So, Joe, besides your mom, right, what would you consider the biggest reason, the biggest thing that bothers you about bringing this topic up or thinking about it, talking about it, whatever? Obviously, seeing your mom would devastate anybody, especially in that state.
Yeah.
But what really took effect, like, for you to be able to black that out? Like, something bad had to happen.
Well, I'd have to say the stuff that accompanied it afterwards. You know, just a mix of events that happened along the way afterwards that kind of made me black out everything, and just things I don't care to get into, just too emotional.
Alright. Well, thanks for being on the show, Joe. I really appreciate it. Any last questions, comments, concerns?
Actually, pretty much I covered the bases.
Alright, man. Now we're going to have you step out. We're going to have Jessica come tell her story. Thank you, Joe.
No problem.
And here it is. You guys know this stranger. My sister, Jessica Anderson.
Hello.
Now, what is your experience with paranormal?
Okay, so when I was very young, very young, toddler age, a little bit older, 3, 4 years old, I would get a lot of bad dreams at night, horrible dreams. I mean,
Nightmares?
Terrible nightmares. I mean, and for the imagination of a 3 or 4-year-old to come up with that on their own is
Hard to believe.
Yeah. Because I haven't had those experiences. We didn't watch gory movies.
Yeah, there's no reason for her to have visions of something she's never seen. Like,
yeah,
it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. So when I was like 4 years old, one night I was very scared of the dark. I slept with a nightlight because of all these dreams and things like that. And when I slept with my blanket up to my neck because that was a security for me. Like I felt.
I remember being little and you get on a blanket, nothing can hurt you.
Yeah. So I had my blanket up to my neck and I was still awake. My eyes were closed. And, I was in that, kind of restful, like, almost asleep, but still awake. Still very much conscious kind of state. And I was laying there and my eyes were closed and something whispered in my head, "You shut your eyes, you cannot open them." And
oh wow!
And I tried to open my eyes, and I couldn't.
So like sleep paralysis almost.
Yeah, and then suddenly, it was just one very swift, full swooshy motion. My blanket was ripped from my neck down to my ankles, that fast.
I remember that.
And I started screaming.
I remember you screaming. That really fucked with me.
My dad came into the room he flipped on the light. He had a flower vase over his head because I was screaming, "There's a robber in the house!" Because my dad told us we shouldn't believe in monsters. So I was screaming, "There's a robber in the house!" Because I just wanted him to come. Like, I ain't coming for no monster, but I'll come for a robber.
Oh yeah, you're 4 years old. You're like, "Dad's not gonna come for that." Yeah. Upper bed, you gotta answer that. Time out. Okay. Anyway, so you were probably terrified at that point. What were you thinking? Like,
well, what I was gonna say though is there was nothing in the room. Dad checked every surface in the room. He checked the closet. He checked under the bed, and he wrote it off to me by saying it was a cat. But it was not a cat.
Cats, but
yeah, it was not a cat. A cat could not have pulled this off. Not that swift. It was.
Not only that far off of you.
Yeah, and the blanket was pulled completely under the bed, like where the slack was. It was pulled like under the bed.
At this point, the cat was climbing up there. It would have came right down a little bit, but not.
It would have come down like this.
And then she would have known.
Pulled under the bed. So
never had a cat do that. So
yeah, it was pretty insane and pretty intense, and I was very aware of the paranormal at that age. At that point,
that's when it all started. Huh?
And then when I was a teenager, I worked at a strip club. An adult teenager, and the club had been known for being haunted. There was a time that me and two other guys heard the exact same thing. It was very distinct voices in another room. You could hear coming over like a crowd of people, and like there was a woman's voice that was making, you could hear syllables, but you couldn't understand what she was saying. Same with the crowd. It was like that, that crowdy noise, like, yeah. And
on the ghost app. You remember hearing it? Like there's a whole bunch of voices going at once.
Yeah, and just nothing's really
talking backwards.
Comprehensible. But so we heard that, and then one night I was sitting back in the dressing room by myself, and completely by myself. No one else was there. They were out on the floor working, and I looked down at they had these chairs with metal bars on the sides, like that wrapped around the frame. It was a metal frame.
Right.
And I was looking at the bar, and all of a sudden, I felt like my head was about to be smashed into it, and I was like, well, I wouldn't do that, so how is it going to happen? And sure enough, like, there's something grabbed me by the back of the head. There were mirrors next to me. I could see there was nothing behind me. I felt a hand on the back of my head, and it smashed my head into the chair. I literally woke up 15 minutes later with a whole crowd of people over me. They told me I had been out for 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
That was the only time in my life I've ever been knocked out.
So you've been smacked by a demon. I've been scratched by a demon.
I still have the scar. You see it?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little dent.
Yeah. It looks like a wrinkle now, yes. Old lady. Wow. Any more?
There's one, but I don't talk about it in all audiences because it's very controversial. A lot of people don't want to believe it, and it centers around the religious,
So it's a God experience.
Yes.
Okay. So has these events like altered your lifestyle in any way? The way you look at things?
Actually, I can tell you about another one. Another really intense experience I had because it wasn't a deity that I was in the presence of. But I was out on the back deck in this house, and something told me to go into the house with my eyes closed. Again, like still saw a small voice in my head saying, go inside the house.
Like something's whispering in your ear almost.
Yeah, but you can't audibly hear it. Like, it's not voices in my head. It's like, it's just a thought, but a very direct thought and not coming from myself.
Right. Where did that come from?
It says, go in the house with your eyes closed. So I did. And I felt my way around the wall, and it said, walk forward, away from the wall, away from the safety of the wall. And I started walking, and then suddenly all these people were in the house. I was home alone. And they were throwing cloth on me, like large towels or blankets or something, all over me. And I walked through this whole crowd of people, like they were just going like this as I walked through.
Now this is still with your eyes closed?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I never saw anything. I never saw anything. I felt it. I felt like a touch, like that, like a touch.
Yeah, that's not good.
I tell you what, though, when I was 4, even though I had my eyes closed, you know how you get that sense of things, like...
Yeah, it's like a sixth sense.
Yeah, I could see, like, a shadow figure, a very large black figure with red eyes.
That's like if she closed her eyes right now, and I put my hand in front of her face, she's gonna be able to tell.
Yeah.
Like, you can see it, but you can't. Like, yeah, I know what you mean.
But the weird thing was, I could sense the red eyes, too. Like, they were glowing red eyes.
Yeah, and a lot of these paranormal videos, there's a lot of, like,
Black
red
figures
eyes.
with red
black,
eyes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's demons.
Yeah.
100%. I believe in the paranormal, but I believe everything is sinister towards demons.
Yeah. I believe in spirits, but I don't believe in ghosts. I believe that
I
a
believe
spirit
in
can come. Yeah, because the spirit is inside of all of us. And
Yeah,
the
but
spirit
I
lives
don't-
on forever.
I find it hard to believe that God's going to allow spirits to roam the earth. And if they do, I believe that they're in hell on earth.
I don't think spirits are like poltergeist. I think if a spirit appears on the earth, it's more of a feeling or someone who helps you along the way that you're not aware of.
And you have residual spirits too.
Well, I mean, it's a theory.
Yeah. And they say this because you can have intelligent conversations with spirits, but some are just, they say, just like a energy that's just stuck there. You know what I mean? And they're repeating themselves and they're reliving the same cycle over and over and over. Like a lot of Civil War people, they say, they see walking through buildings and stuff. Just kind of like, it's almost like a replay back in the past.
Yeah, there are theories of residual. I do personally also believe that those are demons, and it's just another way that they lie.
Yeah, good point.
There's only one way to know, and that's not in this side. So
Yeah,
everything's
as
theoretical.
far as me with the demons, I had a lot of nightmares. Very, very. I mean, so bad. I was seeing these demons that I wouldn't even repeat what was going on in the house. Like, I would not say my dream in the house. I was that terrified. I woke up screaming, and my girl was just like, "What is wrong?" I said, I can't even tell you, because I'm so afraid if I repeat this, it's going to give the demon more energy to attack me. And, I blacked out at work one time, and I was sitting next to the devil, and I seen God's hand, and because of what I was doing, I told him I'd stop, and, the light came back. I believe I was on the verge of death, honestly, because of what I was doing. I think my body was just shut down. I really did. I think God brought me back. And another time, I got several stories, but my biggest one is I was having a nightmare, and I woke up and my arm was like itchy, burning. I was just sitting there rubbing it, wasn't thinking much of it. And then I got on the porch, and I'm sitting there, it's getting more itchy, and I look down, and I kid you not, there's 3 scratch marks. Like, I was like, no way, 3? Come on. And they really just, the way they were spaced out, and like, I tried replicating it, I hurt myself trying to do this. Like, try to scratch myself, and I could not do what that did. It's almost like they had nails. Like, you took a nail out of the wall and scratched yourself, that red line. That's what it looked like, 3 of them. And my dad's like, well, maybe it was the dog. Well, dogs aren't in my room. I don't have animals in my room. It's just me in the room, the door closed, and I woke up from a nightmare and my arm was burning.
I've been scratched several times.
I showed her.
Yeah, it's the same experience, a very itchy, burny sensation, and you check, and there's 3 very distinct, like, nail-like,
Mark of Eternity.
claw-like scratches. Where
Yeah.
it's
Have you ever been
happened
scratched?
several times.
And it happens just like that, like it starts to hurt.
To the point where I just ignore it because it's just scratches and it can't hurt me.
Alright guys, we're running out of time here, so any last questions, comments, concerns?
Amy,
Yeah.
she's good.
Joe?
All right.
Alright, can you sneak in here and then we all go
And
peace?
we have one big group hug. Come on, Joe. Here we go.
Alright guys, that's a wrap. Peace. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Joe.